Hey, man. Hey, how's it going, man? Today is day 1,969 days on the day streak. Nice. The summer of love, baby. Yeah, light it up, homie. It's a time to commemorate. It is a time to celebrate. Why? Because, I don't know, something about hippies. Here's the thing, though. You know, it was supposed to be in Woodstock, New York, but it ended up being like a couple towns over. So it was technically called Woodstock, but it was never actually in Woodstock. That's the fun fact for today. And then it ended up ending in Altamont out in the West Coast in California. I'm talking about like Woodstock 1969, which is today 1,969 days on the day streak. And it ended in Altamont, California, where a black guy got stabbed in the stomach by Hell's Angels. So that's where the summer of love died. But I'm not going to be the bearer of bad news today. Today is sexta-feira, and also 1968 is goodbye. We're back home, folks. Boom. We got to pick a new partner, I think. A new friend streak partner. I got to look into that. But should I be hasty and rush into that and try to find somebody that's worthy? I suppose we might I don't know if I want. You know what? I think I'll invite Schwoops. I got him into Duolingos. I might as well get him. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to invite Schwoops. Yeah. Schwoops is invited. We're gonna try it with Schwoops because he's been doing it every day consistently. And speaking of doing our Duolingos every day consistently, let's say hello and present ourselves with the day of nice, the illustrious, every 100 days, day of nice. 1,969 days on the day streak. Roll the film, roll the intro reel. Here we go. Nice.
Nice.
I stuttered at the last minute. God dang. Hey, perfect lesson of 100. That's pretty good, man. It says extend our streak, but is that really how low the bar is being set right now? I also did a one and done for today, so that means that there's going to be the rest of the folks that are looking to catch up. So I think today we're going to try to do an average. We're going to do a nice day. That's what we're going to do. It's going to be a day. But we're going to do perfect pronunciation. No. We're going to struggle, actually. Let's do discuss past experiences and do our best.
Outono,
Autumn.
formiga,
Ant.
Vulcão.
Volcano. And milhão.
milhão,
That's million.
Na minha frente, eles discutiam sobre o gosto do prato.
In front of me, they discussed about
Sobre
the
gosto.
taste of the plate. Na minha frente, eles discutiam sobre o gosto do prato. Nah. Eu falo português, give me that. In front of me, they were arguing. I thought it was discussing. Discutiam is arguing, I suppose. All right, well, good to know. Eles falam sobre formigas no evento. They talk about ants at this event.
Dias de outono.
Dias de outono. Dias de outono. Oh, shit. I accidentally did that one. That's okay. Eu provei croquete incrível da Espanha. Honestly, I don't know why they don't have coxinha in any of these, but they got croquettes. But I tried an amazing croquette in Spain, which croquette I've never really had. Like, I don't even know what they are, really. I know that Ash Ketchum from Palatown loves croquettes. It's actually canon that that's his favorite thing that his mother makes for him. I think they added that later on. But, croquettes nonetheless. That's Ash Ketchum's favorite meal ever. But anyways. Eu provei croquete incrível na Espanha. I tried an amazing croquette in Spain. Formiga. We already learned this. Not that I'm complaining. I like the repetition, but congelado. Congelo. A água ficou congelou durante a noite. The water froze overnight. Shit. It is congelada. The frickin' suggestion had it wrong. Hold on, let me...
O lago congelado.
O lago, frozen... O lago congelado, a frozen, lake. O lago congelado. There we go. Outono or something like that. Outono. As excursões no outono sempre tem surpresas. Autumn excursions always have surprises.
Chovia. Mas saímos.
We went out anyway. Jeito de qualquer de qualquer forma. I don't know. I'm gonna say
jeito.
I don't know why jeito feels like it's in there. Mas saímos jeito de qualquer. De qualquer jeito. It is the right. Oh man. Okay. Chovia, mas saímos de qualquer jeito. It was raining, but we went out anyways. O restaurante local é muito famoso. The local restaurant is famous. Eu
prefiro os ingredientes frescos.
I prefer... Oh, shit. Locais. I forgot local. Fresh local.
Uma excursão longa.
Excursão longa. Excursão longa. Excursão. A long excursion.
Esses croquetes.
Esses croquetes. Esses. Croquetes. These croquetes.
Uma formiga pequena.
Uma formiga pequena. Uma. A small ant. A água ficou congelada durante a noite. The water froze overnight. All right. Chovia. It was raining. Chovia. Saímos. We went out.
De jeito qualquer.
Mas de jeito qualquer. So that's going to be the... I think that's what I remember. Chovia saímos, mas de jeito qualquer. Bleh. It was raining, but we went out anyways. Mas saímos. Oh, but we... Dang it. Eu
prefiro ingredientes locais.
Os frescos ingredientes locais. Locais frescos. Ah, jeez, I got the format wrong. Chovia. Mas saímos.
De jeito qualquer.
Qualquer jeito. Damn it. Eu
prefiro
ingredientes frescos
locais.
All right. Locais frescos. I don't care. We got it right. Eu prefiro os ingredientes locais frescos is the right one. Chovia.
Mas saímos. De jeito qualquer.
or qualquer jeito?
Qualquer.
I think it's qualquer jeito. But this is going to be for the win, and if we don't get it, then that's okay. That's how we live. For the win. There we go. We got it. And very good. We are you a spy? I've done so many listening challenges. But most importantly, let's take a look at what day the day streak is. And summer love, baby. And boom, 1,969 days on the day streak. Nice. 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 Very good, very good. Keeping the flame going, keeping it alive, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, 1969. Summer of love, baby. Summer of loving. And of course, the ending in Altamont, California, that guy got stabbed. My dad told me about that before I started streaming. He's just like, yeah, did you know they started in Woodstock, New York, and then ended in, like, California, where some black guy got stabbed. It's like, Jesus. Anyways, here we go. Hell's Angels did it, too. You know, badass biker gang, but they're freaking racist. That's not good. There we go. Let's see it. What day is it today? Boom. Yeah. 1969. Nice. Ooh, I got my face in the shot and it blurred it. I ruined it a little. That's okay. We got it right at the tail end. I'm just gonna... Nice. Jaqueta. All right, let's see it again. Let me hide my beautiful bread and butter. Oh my God, look at that Duolingos. All right. 1969. Nice. Feliz sexta-feira. Yeah. I'm going to send this to... Funny thing is I'll send this to Naya and she'll be like, nice. That's her immediate response, is always nice. She knows me. We're soulmates practically. I sound like an obsessive, like, stalker when I say, yeah, she loves me. Yeah. I'm not secretly, just fabricating this entire love story. That'd be funny if I was, though. Make me out to be such a creep. So let's see. My goal, I think, for today is to just get... I could strive for like 1,000, but actually, where was I at beforehand? Today is like Thursday. We just did a 1 and done, which was really a 3 and done, and that's the same 20 XP. So if, let's say I get to like, I don't know, maybe close to like 1,100. Yeah, we'll go that way. We'll go in that direction. That'll take no time at all. And let's do a mistake eraser, because we did really bad with that. And we also got to get those combo bonus points.
Chovia.
Chovia. It was raining. Mas. Saímos. Qualquer jeito. Qualquer jeito. We got it. Okay. Eu prefiro
os ingredientes locais.
Locais frescos also works. Congelada. A água ficou congelada durante a noite. The water froze overnight. And we got that perfect. So that means we learned something today. And it's fresh in our minds. We got 5 combo bonus points just for those 3. Which is kind of a good deal when you think about it. And I don't think my focus is going to be that much about XP as much. Because that's how my obsession has been. I'm just going to keep it going, yo. That being said, however, I could try to go for discussing past experiences. Does that Wait, hold on.
Eles dizem que ser mochileiro é uma aventura.
Or should I leave that for tomorrow? Eles dizem que ser mochileiro é uma aventura. I don't know, I'm doing it anyways. They say being a backpacker is an adventure. That's what they say.
Alto.
High.
Lua.
Moon.
Mundo.
World. Outono.
Outono.
It's autumn.
Minha prima é mochileira e está na Europa agora.
My cousin is a backpacker and is in Europe now.
Nunca subi uma montanha tão alta.
Nunca subi uma montanha tão alta. Nunca subi uma. I never climbed such a high mountain.
Corremos por todos os parques.
We run through all the parks.
Esse mochileiro.
Esse mochileiro. That backpacker. Esse mochileiro. Esse mochileiro. É mochileiro. É mochileira? Yeah. I have a typo. M-O-C-H-I-L, no H. There's no H. My cousin is a backpacker and is in Europe now. Minha prima é mochileira e está na Europa agora.
O melhor do mundo.
O melhor do mundo. Eu sou o melhor do mundo. I'm the best in the world. Correr na aquela praia, por aquela praia. Oh, we didn't get it right. God dang.
Já viajou pelo mundo?
Já viajou pelo mundo? Did you travel to the world? Já viajou. Haven't you traveled in the world yet? Mochileiro. Ero, without the I-R-O. Did you hear about that famous backpacker? Você ouviu sobre aquele mochileiro famoso?
Correr por aquela praia.
Was it?
Correr por aquela praia.
Correr pela praia. Correr pela. Something na praia. Aquela praia. Oh, running on that beach. The one we got wrong. Visitou aquela. Nunca visitar aquele. Because museu is masculine. No, nós nunca visitamos aquele museu. I have never we have never visited that museum. Nós nunca visitamos aquele museu. It's also visitamos.
O Sol do Caribe.
O Sol do Caribe. Oh, the Son of the Caribbean. O Sol do Caribe. Yeah. No Caribe são os melhores. The parties in the Caribbean are the best. Por aquela praia. Correr por aquela praia. Yes. Eu falo português. Wow, we're halfway from 43 to 44. We got some daily quest stuff going on. Ooh. Which means we are left with one option, which I'm thinking I want to goldify everything here with, except for the story time. Well, yeah, both of the stories suck here because they're one of those like non-voice acted ones. Oh, there's decorations of Halloween. That's cool. Too bad it's not voice acted. Otherwise, I'd be all up in that, yo. All right, let's do it. Por aquela praia. And that's another automatic, I think, 5 combo bonus points. Yeah, that was simple. Yes. We're going to do some wordings. Actually, 996 does look kind of good. I'm not going to lie. 996 looks kind of good. I might regret this, but I might regret this and just be like, yo, we're fine. But, you know, I think I made double than, yeah, I'm going to be like, yeah, I think I'll try to make double of what 16th place will be so that I know I am dominant as a male. But just quick acknowledgement, 996 of day 969. That is pretty cool. That is something to point out. But last time I made that mistake, that fatal mistake of the start of the weekend quest, I did not, I don't know, I just didn't get it, man. But, in all honesty, I like these monumentous days, even though nobody's really watching right now. Like, 1969 is pretty much an important day, so I like spending the extra time to do some stuff. Like, it's not nothing. The amount of, like, turmoil I've had to endure just to get this far has really been a feat of its own. I'm not getting that much better at Portuguese, but I'm getting a little bit better every single day. My eyes constantly twitching every day, but that's besides the point. I do feel, I would say in the beginning, I felt a lot of improvement because I was going from nothing to, understanding a foreign language. And now I'm at this point where I've kind of plateaued in my progress, but it's still kind of a steady incline. Like mochileira is the word for backpacker, right? That's something that, I don't know, maybe I'm not fully present anymore because I have to do this every day. And so I'm desensitized by Duolingo itself. Something to consider. And also, I've suffered a lot of loss with friends, past pets and stuff like that. And just like the Three Musketeers, Queen Calloo, Chloe, Bambi, they all passed on. And it's just like never been the same. But here I am still going on this journey. And I don't really... I don't like where I'm at in terms of my improvement, but I'm making a little bit of strides, a little bit of progress here and there. It's not like it's all gloom and doom and everything. You should feel bad about everything that you do. But, there's something to be said about like just a little bit each day and how it goes a long way. Because it's like if I really did stop, that would be it. No more Portuguese. I don't want to look at it anymore. And that's how extreme I could be. Like, I don't want this ever again. Not that I don't want to, like, learn Portuguese or anything like that, but it's just like I've committed so much to this. And, like, if it were to crumble, and don't get me wrong, I think I'll probably come around and I'll try to be like, oh yeah, eu falo português, and actually study elsewhere after like I would say like a year of a break from the language itself. But solidifying what I have is kind of what this has been about. Like for like 2 years. The first 2 years have been like, okay, let's do the course, right? The next years after that, I think, was just goldify them. And then as we, to get the final crown, and as we went through, they removed parts of the courses. So I was just automatically grandfathered into finishing everything. So, all right, well, then I guess the next year, the 4th year, was just about, okay, let's just work our way up and down of stuff we've already done. Cool, we did that. And now in this 5th year, going on 6th year, let's continue. Well, honestly, most of this year has been just me. Most of this year has just been me savoring the just the lessons, because like right now, and I think I've pointed this out earlier. And I don't care if we like fall from 5th place. We fell from like 1st place to 2nd place to 3rd place, 4th place, 5th place from just level grinding like crazy this week. And anyways, let's see, learning, like 21, give orders for chores. Unit 21 was the one we did, and we just started from there. And we've only done 7 in the path. And in the midst of it, it's all been like practicing and what have you. We're not even like that much into section 4 unit 27. Like that's hardly anything, because once we hit 30, then we got 30 more units to do. And I don't want to get this done like, just do like one tile a day, one more step on the path per day. I want to do like Duolingo path that just hammer down the practices while we got them. I'm falling asleep, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, bit of a backstory about myself. I probably said this before, but a long time ago, when I was in middle school, because of how tired I was perpetually throughout my entire youth, everybody thought I was a drug dealer. Because, I didn't have this glorious beard and mustache that you see. But I remembered, any teenager, any preteen that's like getting a little bit of peach fuzz, getting a little short whiskers growing. I never shaved. And it's, I had that going because puberty and all that stuff. And then I wore a hoodie, not like this, but just a hoodie. A regular hoodie, like a sweatshirt with a hood. And that was my outfit every day. That was what I wore to school. And then and kids are nasty. So they're like, "Oh, you a drug dealer? Can I buy some drugs from you?" And it got to the point where I think everybody actually thought I was a drug dealer, to the point where my teacher, my science teacher actually, me and another kid went into the bathroom to use a urinal, and the science teacher snuck his way in between us and was like, "Oh, sorry, just need to use the bathroom." And I thought nothing of it. That was kind of weird how abrupt he was. But I believe that he thought I was going to deal drugs to this kid. So because of that, I ended up just being like, I'm not doing any. I hate pot. I hate it. I still don't. I still haven't done it. I still don't know what it's like. Ironically, I'm wearing the drug rug. I just have hippie parents. I got the crystals and everything. Check this out. I got this goddamn crystal. I like incense. I'm a big fan of patchouli. I'm earthy, hippie dippy child. Ironically enough, as I, do my day job repairing mail machines as my new line of work. I'm in technology, but I'm kind of a hippie. I don't go out that often either. I don't visit nature. You'd think I'm like this peace, love, and joy type of fun, adventurous dude, but I gotta do my Duolingos. I am here for you guys on this day. And it makes me think, man, I really want to spend a good summer where I'm not worried or body dysmorphic. I gotta lose weight, but, I tried something a year ago, and it didn't pan out. Executive fitness, it was just I lost steam and momentum. And I feel like that kind of ruined our friend Darlin, who was, I think, what was his name? Oh man, I forget his name. He was a big fan of Ness. Who's Ness? Earthbound, the Earthbound series. Really liked that aesthetic. So he was a cool guy. But he, college got the best of him, and he lost his day streak. And I'm actually going to take a look. I was looking at my friend list earlier on who to decide. Oh, Enrique came back. January badge, 10 lessons. I'm going to do 100 perfect lessons for Artonia Santos. Fire Joe. John did some good stuff. He got a weekend. And let's see. collected the January badge. Very good. For Rage Cage, while Poem collected the January badge. I'm just supporting this. I'm supporting everyone. Woohoo. Yeah. 3 friend quests in a row, mother son. Everybody's doing good. Diamond League. Man, there's so many. Cousin Becca, you're doing great. All right, so we're going to go to following, and we're going to go to Darlins. I don't even know if he's still friends with me. Is it because I'm racist and all that stuff? I'm not even racist. I'm just kind of an asshole. Like, that's really just it. Yeah, see, he lost his day streak, and he never came back. This is the fear that I have every single day, and it's why my eye twitches every day. It's why Saturday I got 19 XP. It's why Thursday I got like 20. And it's like, wow, I only got 38 on Friday. That being today. I could do that. I could just leave it at that and just be like a bit lazy. Oh man. And I could like, and I think for like 1970, we're gonna do the same amount of like celebratory. Oh my God, it's 7-0, which is like the next day. So we could do that. That'll be fun. Yeah, let's do that. That's what I'm thinking. Cause I'm like, I guess the drug rug, the hippie, like the Baja that I'm wearing, it's like, yeah, man, yeah. I had Taco Bell earlier. I'm like, at Chipotle, that's like the pothead's #1 choice when you have the munchies. I was just a fat kid who was tired all the time because of how much shitty food I had, because I've got an Italian-American background where I'm overly carbed up. So I'm like bloated and gaseous and exhausted because of the carb overload. Because of that, I want to take naps. And because I take naps, you know, because I don't take a nap, or because I have to be at school at like, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm tired. And because I'm tired, my eyes are bloodshot. And because my eyes are bloodshot, it looks like I've been smoking the reefer. Because it looks like I've been smoking the reefer, and I wear a hoodie, and I got peach fuzz that I didn't trim because I never learned how to shave at that moment in my time because, prepubescent puberty stuff. Then everybody around me was just like, you see this guy? He's probably a drug dealer because he's like a chill guy. I'm not a chill guy. I'm stressed out all the time. If anything, I don't like being chill because it's like it just means I'm boring, and that's what it all kind of boils down to. But the hippie mentality, the belief that people can actually be good to one another, it's gone for me. I don't think people can be this significantly any good to each other in the current state of affairs. Maybe at one point, with like the college age ideals for millennials, where it's like, yeah, hippies, yeah, peace, love, and joy, support your local bands. But now there's such a divide now where like millennials are now becoming more and more Republican-y, like me, or conservative, whereas like, and it's not even that I don't care about other people. It's just that you get older and you realize that there are a lot of people that just, they'll take your kindness and take advantage of it. And I feel like it's what happened at year 1969, the supposed summer of love. You had all these kind people, that really wanted to commune and culturally be relevant in this, and kind of subvert the expectations of what it means to be a society. You have a lot of countries that are like that. And granted, I think the Hells Angels' involvement in stabbing that guy in Altamont, California, might have been a psyop. Who knows? You know, it might have been a plant. It might have been some like sensationalized news story to deter and kill the hippie movement. Because ideally, most of the people who are moderate, left or right, they're peaceful people. They just want to work and provide for their families and do the best that they can. When you lean a little bit on the left, you don't really want to do as much work. I kind of lean that way when it comes to, like, I don't want to work hard. Like, I don't want to strain. I like working hard, but I don't like straining everything just for menial pay. So, anywho, I think that that's actually a really good conclusion for the day. 1970, here we come. But until then, Summer of Love. 1,969 days on the day streak. And what a nice day it's been. I drove home from out west. It's about like 2.5 hours west. And you know, it's been getting snowy. There's supposed to be a really, actually I'm getting it right on my computer now. It's supposed to be like a snow warning come Monday. So we'll find out if I'm actually going to be going out to work on Monday, or if I'm going to be staying inside having hot cocoa with the fam. But until then, 1969 was a great year. It's kind of like a revealing year of, you know, just where the state of the culture was and kind of how it is now, where, you know, no matter how much of a peaceful movement you try to espouse, and there's still violent people that will ruin it for the rest of us, essentially. So let's take a look at this flame one last time, and I humbly ask you to like, comment, and subscribe. 1969. Boom. There it is. Ah, man. With 46 minutes left in the day, I'll say it's been a good time. And you know what? I'll do the party animal one, because that was a time of partying. And I'm gonna ramble on just for a quick second too. You know, there was a lot more raw emotions back in the day of even the innocents then. They wouldn't have even have thought of someone going to a school and shooting up a bunch of children. But even then, it's just like the subversion of, you know, what's expected of you in society is something still worthy to be challenged. But I think we've gone too far overboard, and we've kind of missed the plot in a lot of it. I agree that we shouldn't hold reverence to 3-letter organizations like we're doing right now. But it's also one of those things where it's like, you know, you don't really have much of a country if you don't like establish boundaries. There's a yin and a yang to it. You could be completely passive and just let anybody walk over you, or you could be a little bit aggressive and be like, "Hey, no, that's enough." It's the realms of consent that I feel like every individual kind of has, but when it comes to a societal governmental standard, you can't do a one size fits all. Just because someone is very much okay with having a opening up the floodgates entirely doesn't mean that everybody's going to enjoy that. It's kind of like a celebrity, you know. Some celebrities love talking with their fans and love celebrating things, and then there are some other celebrities that are just like, you know what, I'm done performing, I don't want to talk to you. It's not because I don't love and respect you as a person and a fan, and you know, but I'm just trying to have dinner with my family, and that's perfectly fine too. John Cena's kind of like that, where he's just like, yeah, fuck you. But you know, anytime you go like this, he's just like, no, I get it, I understand, I'm also a human being, and he tries to do it in the most polite way. Granted, he's also kind of spreading his butt cheeks out for, you know, the CCP and apologizing in crappy Mandarin that Taiwan isn't a country. Yeah, bend the knee, you coward. As strong and buff as this guy is, it's just like, man, you pussy. Granted, if I had that kind of money and it would just be cut off at one certain point, then I'd be like panicking too. I'd also want to, like, the freedom of, like, having to work out all the time for your own entertainment. That's a pretty cool thing, but it's kind of corporatized and everything's kind of, actors are bought and sold. So I guess, I don't know. Maybe I should hit the gym to one day get a sugar daddy with a boat out in, President Xi and all that stuff. But yeah, it's good to be home. It's good to be the king. It's good to be home. But anywho, thank you so much. I don't know. Let me bring it back to Woodstock, because I was getting to a point of 1969. I suppose I guess the tie-in I could bring into that, a celebrity nowadays is kind of, they're just out in the open. Oh, I got to deal with Pepsi, or I got to deal with, Goldman Sachs, and I'm owning it, man. This is me. Whatever you say, Pepsi tastes better. They pay me more. And in the 90s and before the 90s, you were called a sellout for doing that. And I sometimes hope that we could bring it back to that point of just saying, you fucking sellout. But granted, you want to be an artist or an entertainer at some point, you kind of have to be a sellout because there's no other way. Or the other way is impossibly difficult. And of course, you don't want to, like, harm someone like Kurt Cobain, like a musical genius that had a lot of conflict that he struggled with, on top of people lambasting him for, being able to afford a living doing what he did full time. I know this as a musician myself. I'm looking at a potentially $10,000 to $20,000 sousaphone that I really want to get, and I don't think I'm going to afford it, but it's going to be something that saves my back because it's extra lightweight, like me, who's a lightweight. If only I was born in a time where I could be a musician in 1969. That would be so freaking cool. That would be cool. And I suppose back then, the subversion, like, everything has gone back to corporate, and, everybody is, like, it goes back and forth, I suppose. But the counterculture, that's the word I'm thinking of, that started around this time of 1969, 1969, and it kind of ended around the 90s, 2000s. I'd like to see a comeback of that type of subversion of cultures, but until then, thank you so much for joining me for this epic rant and barely any Duolingos. And 996 for the XP count, if anybody was paying attention earlier. So anyways, 1,969 days on the day streak. Nice. And as always, muito obrigado por assistir. Boa noite. Ciao, ciao for now. And again, happy day of nice. Happy love is nice. And happy summer of love. And be kind to one another. And bask in the niceness of what was. And hopefully will be again someday. You never know. So, ciao, ciao. Feliz sexta-feira. E boa noite. Ciao, ciao. Take care.
Nice.